Hello, good morning, good evening, and welcome. This video is part of the NationGen MagicGen series, which is a MagicGen game, meaning that all of the spells in the game are randomly generated. In this video, I'm going to be looking through water spells. Let's start on Conjuration. So we get 4 at level 0, including 2 rituals. We can summon large lobsters. A water 1 mage with a gem can summon 5+2, only underwater, large lobsters. Well, there you go, right off the bat, plenty of lobsters for you. In combat, we can conjure large lobsters. Summons large lobsters. The caster summons a large lobster. These lobsters have a tough shell, and so on. The summoned creature is somewhat larger than normal. Don't know what to say about this spell, but I get the impression they're pretty big. I've never seen this, and I don't think it ever gets cast in the game, at least not at the point I'm up to. But maybe. We can also conjure slimy sea dogs in combat, also 200 cast time, and another ritual, a water 2 mage with 3 gems can summon 11 plus 3 sea dogs. That doesn't require you to be underwater, that's nice. I guess you could get underwater with that, maybe, it's a lot of dogs. Nothing at 1. 2 we have water power, +1 water magic, 200% cast time. This spell does not require you to be underwater to cast it, so you can just have +1 water whenever you want. Pretty nice. 3 we have Voice of Apsu for 2 gems, 4 province range, nice. Summon Kidnids. A water 2 mage can spend 2 gems and get 5 Kidnids. Kidnids are pretty decent troops if you just need some nice standard high quality human sized troops. They've got ore. They're pretty nice. And in combat, if a water 3 mage has a gem, they can also conjure a Student of Thalassa. These are water 2 mages, okay. 250 cast time. So if you just really want some more water mages, there they are. 4 we can conjure Yetis in combat for a gem. How many do we get? 3? I mean, Yetis are pretty good. I don't know if you get 3 for a gem, is that worth it? Maybe. Be desperate. And improved water power. Oh nice, so 200 cast time, the whole battlefield gets +1 water magic. Yeah, very easy to power your water magic if you do have water mages. You only really have the Jade Amazons so far though. Level 5, conjure Massive Water Elemental. So size 6 water elite in combat for a gem. Pretty standard stuff. But then we have a ritual. Water 4 and 9 gems lets you summon 2 water elementals outside of combat. That's pretty cool as well. In the last Gen game we did, there was a player who got a national spell that let them summon size 6 water lilies with a fear aura, which is pretty good. And they had thousands of those at the end of the game. 6 you can summon a bishop fish, that's always nice. So water 2 mage, level 6, 15 gems. Get you an H3, need a lake to be able to do it though. At 7 we can conjure a Catobal Pass for a gem. Or as a cross path, which I don't think we're ever going to get. But that gives you 2 in combat. I think these have the Gaze of Death, yeah. That might be pretty cool. Depending. Gel cubes, cool. How many do you get? 2? This doesn't even need a gem, that's quite funny. So if you're getting attacked by stuff that has lots of attacks particularly, a bunch of mages can just spam out gel cubes with acid shield, which is quite cool. I like gel cubes. You can conjure an Abomination in combat for 2 water gems. This does require water 3, astral 3. My god could do that. If we really want an Abomination. Another Gaze of Death creature. Pretty cool. And rituals then, you can summon a Kraken King underwater. You get 7+1 for 5 gems. And a water 5 mage with 55 water gems can summon a dragon, which I assume is a blue dragon. Very skilled in water magic, yeah. I mean, if you're swimming in water gems, that sounds pretty nice. Very cool. 8 then, a water 3 earth 2 mage with 14 water gems as a ritual to summon huge living mercuries. So size 5 living mercuries and it's 13+1 scaling. That's also really nice. And a water 5 mage has a ritual to send large lobsters. Wow, this spell summons 58 lobsters with an additional 7 per level. The creatures attack anything in the target province, including friendlies, and then disappear. Okay, I had to pause the video briefly to look up the stats on a large lobster because I didn't really know. I mean, this is 58 of them. I'm not sure if it's... I mean, a lobster has 8 hit points and 16 protection. They're size 2. They just have a pincer attack, which does their strength. They have 14 strength, actually. I don't know, that's an odd unit. I guess if there's 58 of them hitting a province underwater, I mean, unless it's got a lot of PD, it probably takes it, right? Pretty funny, anyway. 9, we have Conjure Abominations. This is in combat. Water 2, Astral 2, and 2 water gems get you 2 Abominations. And lastly, we have Summon Glacial Ancient Presence. So, Water 4, Nature 2, and 12 water gems let you summon an Ancient Presence with a Chill Aura 6, 8 Cold Resistance, or +7 if it had none. Or +7 it had none originally. Interesting. Ancient Presence, is that the big green thing? Let me just look up that one as well. I always, Ancient Presence, yeah, the big green thing. They're pretty cool, 200 hit points with built-in regen, right? Yeah, 20% regen. That's a really cool unit. How hard was this to cast? 12 water gems? And it's, I mean, if you can cast that, you might as well, right? That's pretty funny to be rocking around with a bunch of, Ancient Presences that have a chill aura. I mean, hey, why not? Interesting, anyway. I don't think we're going to get to see Conjuration 9, but, you know, it would be cool to play around with. Alteration next. So, oh, is that a blood across path? Interesting. 0, we have Warp Armor. Range 30, no scaling. AoE 4, no scaling. Precision 3. Rust's Armor, I assume? Yeah, it gives you the damaged armor status. Or resist cold. Wow, for a gem? Oh nice, there's a big AoE 13 +1 scaling cold res buff at 0. So that's really handy if you have some water mages. 1 then we have Soften Land. 25 +5 range, AoE 2. Does some Earth Grip, that's quite nice. We have some slow as well. AoE 1 slow. Also pretty nice. Was this this isn't MR negates or anything, it just doesn't affect flying or floating. Also an AoE resist fire buff too. This has a 200% cast time though. It doesn't need a gem, that's only water 2 as well. So you got fire resistance and cold resistance sorted for early game if you got some water. And numbness, AoE 37 +5. Requires a gem, but puts the frozen status on people. Also pretty cool. Nice kind of early stuff in Alteration. 2 we have Liquid Warriors. Wow, this is a 10% cast time, AoE 2 Liquid Body. Only 5 fatigue as well, so your water mages can just spam that for the first 5 turns instantly, and then still have most of their fatigue left. And you just gave a bunch of mages and units Liquid Body, that's pretty cool. And then Mass Rust as well, a water 4 mage with a gem. Can strike the entire battlefield with rust, including friendlies it looks like. Might be a fun one to do during the ritual phase on an army that's moving into you. And then when they get to the battle, all their armor's rusted, I suppose. Level 3 then, we have Numbing Destroy Armor. Range 30, AoE 3. So this destroys armor? Is this just destroys armor outright? Those that fail to resist roll this. The defender gets no roll, the defender wins ties. If the defender loses, magic items in the hit area are destroyed. Non-magical armor in the hit area is also destroyed. Does that include gear on, like, thugs? I've never seen it just, like, spelled out like that. Magic items in the hit area are destroyed. Like, does that include forged items? It's pretty interesting if so. But yeah, it does armor destruction and then also freezes you. AoE 3. Did that require anything to... Just a water 1 mage. I mean, you might as well try it out on some thugs, right? I mean, it can't just destroy crafted items, surely. Because then you'd be destroying, like, mages' boosters and stuff. I don't know. Cold Warding. Caster, 200% cast time, gets 15 cold resistance. Improved numbness. Range 30, AoE 25 +3. More frozen status effect. Pretty nice, lots of numbness to throw around if you've got cold scales. And finally, Desiccated Warriors. So this is 250 cast time, requires a gem. AoE is 17 plus 2 per level. Bark Skin. That's a nice little bonus. You've got a bunch of Liquid Warriors and Bark Skin early on in water. It's quite nice buffs actually. 4 we have Improved Mass Rust. Rust the entire battlefield again. 125 cast time this time. Only Water 2 Mage to cast it. And Illwinter. Water 3, 5 Water Gems. Does Illwinter, I assume. Pretty nice. At 5 we have Touch of Frozen Hearts. Range 3, so probably never going to see it. 50% cast time. Range 3 AoE 5. 100% precision. Does a big Frozen Heart effect. That's pretty cool. I mean, I suppose if a thug flies onto your water mages, they might get a nasty shock. Because, yeah. AoE 5 is so funny on a touch attack. Moss Coating Mist of Frozen Skin. This is a Water 2 Mage does this. So 100 cast time, AoE 4, 45 fatigue. Lingers for 4 turns as well. So this is Stone Skin and Moss Body. There's some really nice buffs in water, huh? We're giving everyone Liquid Body, Bark Skin, Stone Skin, and now Moss Body as well. But only if you fail the magic resistance roll, so... Creatures in the area when the spell is cast make an MR check. Those that fail to resist gain Moss Body. But still, pretty funny. Yeah, that doesn't need a gem or anything, just a Water 2 Mage. And then finally, a Water 3 Mage can do Encase in Ice. Freezes someone solid. Pretty cool. That's AoE 1 as well. 200% cast time though. I don't see the Encase in Ice effect very often. So it's hard to rate how good it is, but it will at least it'll make a mess of advancing formations because some stuff is going to get rooted for so long. Level 6 then, this is a big ritual. So Water 6 and 44 Water Gems. Is this a global? It is a global. So what's this going to do? Winterbound Rains of Fertility. In winter, this enchantment affects all friendly provinces within the caster's dominion. The common populace may find fields become watered by unseasonal magical rainstorms, ensuring the effective growth of crops. So every turn in the 3 months of winter, you get 3 rolls of this chance, which is 10% chance up to 3 times, 5% chance up to 3 times, and then a 3% chance in every province to grant 115% more tax. That's not bad, I suppose. It's only 44 water gems, you know. You got a water mage, you might as well put it up. It's gonna help your income a little bit, I suppose. Mostly just gonna block up the global list, I think. 7 then, lots of spells at 7. So a Water 2 Mage can do Improved Warp Armor. This is a 25% cast time and a 64 plus 9 scaling AoE. Damages armor. And then also Frozen Heart as well. So this is a very long range, 100% cast time, AoE 1, 100 precision, Frozen Heart. So just 12 plus 2 per level points of armor negating magical cold damage. Nice one. Alt 7. We also have Touch of Icy Imprisonment. Range 3, AoE 10 plus 1, Encase in Ice. Also pretty funny. We have Quickness, another nice buff. So 12% cast time. A lot of water buffs are very quick to cast, huh? AoE is 15 plus 2 per level. So yeah, you can spray out lots and lots of quickness and lots of liquid body on your troops pretty early on. At level 7, if you can get there, pretty good. It only requires Water 3 and 20 fatigue, no gem. Pretty cool. Water 4 can do Protection from Fire. Again, 12% cast time. AoE is 11 plus 1. 10 fire res as well. It's not just 5. Pretty nice. And then for some big spells requiring gems, we have Glacial Wind. A Water 4 Mage can do the entire battlefield. Gets frozen. Pretty cool. Also hits friendlies though. Or they can do Quickening. This requires Water 5 and 3 gems. All friendly units get Quickness. Also very cool. And Mossy Mist Warriors. This is a Water 6 Mage with 4 Water Gems. Can give the entire battlefield Mist Form. And then if they fail a magic resistance roll, also get Moss Body. Yeah, tons of good buffs in here. At level 8 then, interesting, we have a Blood Crosspath spell in Alteration. It requires Water 2, Blood 2, and 2 Water Gems. You can do Tenebrous Acidify Blood. So this is 125 cast time, AoE is 13 plus 1 and it's 100 precision. And this just does a ton of armor negating magic damage. Magic resistance negate. And then if it hits you in that AoE, it also does Plane Shift, which sends you to the Void. Wounded creatures must make an easy MR check. Okay. That's pretty cool though. It does require a gem, but it's a pretty big AoE to just do a ton of damage and then just banish you to the Void. That's pretty sick. We're never going to cast that, but you know, that's cool. And what's this one? Glacial Curse. Water 6 and 3 gems. The entire battlefield, only enemies, is frozen. Okay. Cool. Alright, I mean, why not? I mean, it only affects enemies, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Level 9 then, what are the big ones? So, Water 2, Fire 2 can do Improved Acidify Blood. So, long range, 100 cast time, AoE 6 doesn't scale. This is just armor negating magic damage, 100 precision. That's also pretty cool. If the spell is not resisted, it functions as an unresistible poison effect. I don't know what that means exactly. Just looking at it, it's just pure magic damage, but I guess the damage gets dealt as poison damage? I don't really know what that means in practice though, but if you do, I guess you can tell me in the comments, but that's the big one at level 9. I mean, that's a ton of damage either way, whatever it is. And then we also have Curse of Slowness and Army of Algae. So Curse of Slowness, a Water 5 mage can slow all enemies, not friendlies as well. Slow every enemy. MR negates. That's a really nice one. I love slow. And Army of Algae. This is Moss Body for all friendlies. 3 Water Gems. Yeah, really, really nice buffs in water. Some nice pure damage too. Pretty cool. What does Evocation look like? We have Acid Bolt at level 0. 200 cast time, AoE 1. Some armor piercing acid damage. Also Rust Dew, pretty nice. And Ice Dust. Oh wow. Oh, is this one of these Irritate Eyes things? So range 30, 200 cast time, hits one person. There's 3 point of untyped armor negating damage, which then also chills you. I guess that's the frozen status. And then also does Irritate Eyes, which I'm still not sure what that is. Could be blindness, I don't know. And then also Eternal Bleeding. So pretty cool. Range 30. Interesting stuff. Level 1 then, a Water 1 mage can do Slime Spheres. This slimes you, pretty cool. AoE 3. 50% cast time. MR negates. We have Acid Rain. Range 30, 200 cast time, AoE 1. More armor piercing acid damage with rust on it. We have just Slime. Range is 35, AoE 1. Does more slime. Freeze Foe is... Ooh, this is armor piercing cold damage. So affects one person, range 40, 3 precision. And then also does freezing and petrify. Interesting. MR negates easily on the petrify though. That's pretty cool though. Freeze Foe. That's only water 2. 10 fatigue. It's a shame the precision is so low. Cool though. And then Ice Dust. Water 3. Is this a big version of the... Yep. So this is range is 35 plus 5, 250 cast time, AoE 4, and then more of this 3 untyped damage, followed by Chill, Irritate Eyes, and Eternal Bleeding. Very cool. Crosspath with we have Freezing Mist. So 200% cast time, AoE is 3 plus 1. Some armor negating magical cold damage. 1 point of it lingers for 4 turns in a cloud. Pretty nice. It lasts for approximately 4 rounds, for a total of 12 total activations. Yeah, cool. 12 damage for everyone standing in a cloud. Not bad. And Frigid Cold Burst, range 3, 25 cast time, AoE 1, 100 precision. A big piece of armor. Oh, it's armor piercing, not armor negating. Okay. It's not quite as good as I thought it was going to be. But still, that's a big cold slap if you get on a mage. Very quick as well, actually. So in theory, they could cast this 4 times a turn, so that's a lot of armor piercing damage. Also freezes you with the ongoing cold effect. Pretty cool. Level 3 we have Frigid Air. 50 range, 100 cast time, 1 person, 1 precision. Armor negating cold damage that also does fatigue cold damage as well. That's pretty cool. That's very spammy as well. Water 1. Yeah, that's a nice one. And the precision's 1, but you know, still pretty good. An acidic downpour. Water 2, fire 2, and 2 water gems. You do a range 30, AoE 12 plus 1 acid attack. So armor piercing acid damage with rust on it as well. 2 water gems though, that's pretty steep. I guess it's a nice AoE though, right? It's okay. I mean, it's only at 3. I mean, what more can you ask for? Level 4 you have Orbs of Frostfire. Just requires water 1, fire 1. This is range 40, 100 cast time, AoE 2, 1 precision. Oh, interesting. So this is... I think it alternates between fire and cold, is that right? I'm not sure how spells like this work exactly. But it's magical armor piercing damage that's either fire or cold, or maybe it hits your highest resistance, or... I'm not sure how this works exactly. But that's pretty nice, I suppose. Only 15 fatigue, so... It's AoE 2 on a pretty spammy spell with a decent range. I wonder how many people have fire water mages though. And freeze throws, water 2, 40 range, 200 cast time, AoE 2, armor piercing cold damage that also does the chill and the petrify. Very cool. 5 then, a lot of these spells are very easy to cast, huh? We have 3 water 1 spells. We have Mist, that's the battle enchantment for a gem, okay. We have Chilling Bolt, so range 40, AoE 2 bolt, 5 fatigue. That's very spammy. Does 14 plus 2 points of armor piercing cold damage with a fatigue effect as well on AoE 5. That's very nice, because that's only a water 1 cast. That's very spammy. That's lots of fatigue. Well, unless the enemy puts up, you know, 5 cold res, which will hurt it a bit, but even so. And Frostburst, also water 1 mage. This requires a gem. So AoE 4, 18 plus 2 points of armor piercing cold damage. Pretty nice. We have Freezing Fog, water 2, earth 2 with a gem. Gives you an AoE 10 lingering 4 cloud. That does, yeah, 1 point of armor getting cold damage. For a total of 12 total activations. Deep Freeze requires a gem. A water 2 mage can do AoE 8 armor piercing cold damage with the chill and the petrify. And Extended Freezing Haze. So this is another big cold cloud spell. This lingers for 7 turns though. For a total of 21 activations. That is going to kill quite a lot of people if they stand in it. I really like cold cloud spells. It's pretty easy to cast as well, right? Oh, water 3. Well, I mean, it's really easy to cast water power since you don't need to be underwater, so... Any water 2 mage can do that. Level 6 then, we have Chilling Blast. A water 3 mage with a gem. Can do... This looks very big. So, range 40, AoE is 10 plus 1. Damage is 18 plus 2 points of armor piercing cold damage, and then the big fatigue effect on top as well. Be a nice one to lay down with a bunch of mages, wouldn't it? 7 we have Rain. A water 2 mage can spend 2 gems to put up Rain. This is removed in JBBM, so I haven't seen it in a long time, but there it is. Rain of Ice does not require a gem. This is water 5. Range 3, 50 cast time, AoE 1. Number of effects 40. Wait, what kind of spell is this, man? So that's 40 AoE 1 projectiles, right? Oh, it's 100 precision though, but it's inaccurate, okay. Doesn't affect friendly units, well that's good. Orbs of Ice are rained down upon the enemy army. So we'll be able to devastate an unprotected army. Unlucky victims may be struck more than once. I mean, that's really interesting. I mean, if someone gets on your back lines and they choose to cast this spell, that's gonna blow them to bits, right? It looks crazy, I don't know. It's very funny. To show its range 3. But holy shit. So it's 19 plus 2 points of armor piercing cold damage, but it's 40 effect. That's a ton of damage. Can't be cast in caves or underwater. But yeah, all your friendlies are completely protected from it, and from the fatigue effect as well. That's very funny. It does require water 5 to cast though, and yeah, it's never going to get cast with a range of 3, but... You might see that at some point if like a thug lands on a mage, he just chooses to cast that. That'd be super funny. We also have Celestial Rainbow, so water 9, 65 water gems lets you put up Celestial Rainbow. I've only seen this in a game once, but it's really strong. Just protects all your provinces from all spells in addition to the gold. Level 8 then we have Cleansing Water. This is the... oh, it's an anti-undead spell, okay. So 125 cast time, AoE 5, 5 points of armor negating magic damage, only affects demons and undead. No resistance. Pretty nice. And Tidal Wave, a classic ritual. Unrest 30, minus 30 pop on coastal provinces. Brutal if it gets cast on you, but pretty late in the book. Level 9 then, we have Improved Deep Freeze, a Water 1 mage with a gem, and do AoE 22, armor piercing cold damage with a chill and a petrify. Pretty cool. And a big version of Ice Dust as well. Water 6, 3 water gems. You can rapidly chill the entire battlefield and irritate their eyes and cause internal bleeding. Also hits friendlies. Very nice. Construction next. Only one thing in construction at 5. A water 4 mage with 45 water gems. Construct an ice castle. Pretty nice. Enchantment then. Nothing at 0 or 1. At 2 we have Perpetual Vortex of Shielding. So if you have water and air with 5 water gems, you can do a ritual that permanently gives you Protective Force 15. Multiple castings of the spell are not cumulative. Pretty nice. I mean, MagicGen has a bunch of weird things like this that you don't usually see in the base game. It's very cool. There's also Ice Shield, which I assume is just, yep, this is just in combat you can temporarily give AoE 1 Protective Force. And then we also have Haze of Swift Resolve. So 100% cast time, AoE 1, lingers for 4 turns in a cloud, plus 4 magic resistance. That's also quite nice. Level 3 then we have Animate Frozen Bones. I think these are the monsters from Hidden in Snow? Is that what they're called? Hidden in Snow? Water 2, Death 2, and a 1 water gem lets you summon 3 of them in combat. Yeah, Unfrozen Warriors. And then we have a ritual version at level 4. So 5 water gems gets you 4 plus 1 Unfrozens. Very cool. At level 5 we have a ritual to do Sustaining Water. 5 water gems. The caster permanently gains Gift of Air Breathing for 100 size points. Multiple castings are not cumulative. Yeah, also very cool. Rituals that just give your commanders traits. I like stuff like that. And Friendly Currents as well. Battle enchantment. So, same as usual. That's at level 5, requires water 3 and a gem. 6 we have Fire Warding. So 100% cast time, AoE 3. 15 Fire Res, that's nice, doesn't need a gem either. You really want to give all your mages Fire Res. That's the spell for you. And Advanced Water Power. So even more access to the Water Power spell. So this is, wow, this is a 10% cast time, 5 fatigue. The whole battlefield gets +1 water magic. So it is trivially easy to boost all of your water mages, that's quite good. Yeah, that's enchantment 6. 7 then we have Grip of Winter. So 2 water gems, water 2 mage can do the Grip of Winter battlefield enchantment. We have Warriors of Winter, a water 3 mage with a gem can do... so every friendly unit gets +6 chill aura and 10 cold res. That's pretty nice, isn't it? Only water 3 to cast that, that's cool. And a water 6 mage with 50 gems can do Grasp of Winter. So a global enchantment. All battlefields across the entire world are harrowed by enormous cold. Those fighting in battles will be heavily fatigued by the cold, especially in colder provinces. Strangely, this effect is limited to sites of conflict, and so it does not adversely affect civilian life. So this is just, this is a global enchantment version of Grip of Winter. That's pretty cool. Level 8 then, we have a water 3 mage with a gem can do Mossy Fire Warding. 100% cast time, 8 +1 AoE. Units get +15 Fire Res. And then if they fail a magic resistance roll, although it's difficult to negate, they also get moss body, it looks like. Yeah. Lots of extra moss in the water book. And we also have a Water 4 2 mage with 20 water gems can become Beast of Waters. The caster attempts to transform into a young magical creature of water. There is a chance that he will not survive the transformation. In his new form, the caster retains all original spellcasting abilities. Caster must pass a special magic resistance check or die, even if immortal. Regardless of the caster's original magic resistance, his base magic resistance is considered to be 15 for the purposes of this check. The caster becomes 9,000 years younger if successful. There are various possible results of this transformation. If the transformation fails, all items will be safely returned to the lab. You can become a frost-breathing sea troll, fast-casting yeti shaman. Fast-casting sounds very interesting. Far-casting sea king, acid dragon, ice-breathing dragon, glacial abomination, inspiring dragon, inspiring sea king, frost-breathing ice drake, or glacial abomination. Well, that sounds like a really fun transformation spell. It's also pretty hard to cast though. I don't think anyone's going to get to play around with that. But that sounds sick. Water 4 2 and 20 water gems. Level 8 in enchantment. And then finally, some big Water 4 spells, level 9. So 2 water gems let you do Corrosive Extinguishing Vapor. 15 range, 175 cast time. AoE is 30 plus 4. Lingers for 4 turns. And this is 10 fire resistance, okay. But if you fail a magic resistance roll, you also get your equipment rusted. Alright, I'm just gonna... That seems pretty underwhelming for a level 9 Water 4 spell. 10 fire res that destroys your armor, great. I'm not sure about that one. We have Accelerating Warriors of Niflheim. So this is Water 4 and 3 water gems. This gives you 10 fire res, and then if you fail a magic resistance roll, it gives you quickness. Okay, that sounds more like it, okay? Corrosive Extinguishing Vapor, take notes. I guess this one also lingers. But, yeah. This one's just 10 fire res and then maybe quickness if you fail a resistance. And then we also have Improved Mossy Fire Warding. So, if you don't have a gem, you can do a 12% cast time, AoE 9 plus 1, 15 fire res, that then also does Moss Body if you fail a magic resistance roll. Pretty funny. And that was Thaumaturgy, right? No, that was Enchantment. Okay. So, Thaumaturgy, not much here. Nothing at 0. Level 1 we have Desiccation. So, yeah, 35 range, 100 cast time, AoE is 7 plus 1. The Desiccation effect. So each turn, affected units make a magic resistance check versus 22. Success ends the effect. Failure means taking 2d8 fatigue damage. And the effect persists. Pretty cool. Level 2 we have Sailor's Death. This is drowning damage. So 100 range, 100 cast time, 1 precision. One person gets hit by 10 points of, well, 11 plus 3 per level. It's pretty good scaling. Points of armor negating magic resistance. MR negates doesn't affect you if you are unbreathing or water breathing. Won't be cast underwater. Pretty cool spell. I think it's precision 1, but there we go. Nothing at 3. At 4 we have Improved Desiccation. So Water 4 mage with 3 water gems. Can do 45 plus 5 range, 200 cast time, AoE 47 plus 7. Desiccating on the whole battlefield? Yeah. When I say the whole battlefield, I mean also hits friendlies. It's a very big AoE, so yeah. That's a lot of desiccation though. It's pretty early as well, right? Level 4. I mean, I guess it's a Water 4 spell, but pretty easy to boost water magic. It's a ton of desiccation. Level 5 we have Careful Aqueous Link. Is that a Communion? Yeah. So 10% cast time Communion slow spell. When you absolutely need to get Communions up pronto. And Moss Coating Sensations of Water. Oh, interesting. Is that AoE? No. So the Communion Slave spell is for the caster. And then the Communion Master spell is AoE 1. And then it also does Moss Body, because hey, why not? We love Moss Body in the Water book. Yeah, so AoE 1, 10% cast time Communion Master spell. And then if you fail the magic resistance roll, you get Moss Body, because why not? I feel like I'd be scared to use an AoE 1 Communion Master spell, because like, how would you know it's gonna how would you know it's gonna work how you want it to work? You'd have to cluster all of your masters together on one part of the battlefield and then all of your slaves on the other part. I love all the Moss Body. 6, we have Voice of Tiamat. Water 2, 8 water gems. Voice of Tiamat. We also have a Healing Spring. So water 4 and 9 water gems get you... temporarily brings forth healing waters that are magically enchanted to be able to cure all ills. So last 1 month plus 1 per gem spent. Okay. 15% of the units in the province experience a healer check every turn. Well, that's really nice. So it's a ritual that will let you put up a healing spring to heal troops. That seems like it would have some uses, especially since we have a really nice citadel province with a disease site in it, which is diseasing the mages we pull out of it. Yeah, might get some use out of that. 7, we have Freezing Freeze Mines. A Water 2 mage in combat can do range 100, precision 100, 50% cast time. Already sounds great. AoE 1, fantastic. 12 points of armor negating damage. Plus 1 per level. MR negates, doesn't affect mindless, and then also encases you in ice. Pretty nice spell. Freezing Freeze Mines. Yeah, I guess because magic mindless are resistant to it. It's a freezing spell, but then it also freezes you. Hence the name. Pretty good. Lure of the Deep is in the spellbook. This global is broken. I hate this global. Water 6, 55 water gems. Basically just drowns all of your units if you're fighting them on coasts. Awful spell. Hate this spell. It should be deleted from the game. Nothing at 8, and then at 9 we have Healing Flow. So it requires water 6, 21 water gems. Oh wow, an even bigger version of the healer spell. So 25% of the units in the province experience a healer check every turn. Pretty nice. There's Thaumaturgy. And blood? Nothing in blood. So there we go, there's the water spellbook. Lots of buffs, especially if you like failing magic resistance rolls and gaining Moss Body. That seems to be a running theme in the water spellbook. Let me know in the comments what you think of the water spells. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series as much as you're enjoying the spellbook videos. And that's it. Thanks. I'll see you back in the game.